How's going on, everybody? It's Wade here with another video today, and today I'll be doing a Q&A. Sounds cheesy, I know. I wrote in a group that I'm in, it's called The Basement, basically asking like streetwear related questions, but let's see what we've got here. When I answer the questions, I will put like a picture of who's done it and the comments next to the screen so you can see it for yourselves. So my first question that I'm going to answer today is a favourite piece of clothing. I don't know if that necessarily means like for myself, what I own, or just like in general, but I'll do the question as my own. For my own favourite piece of clothing, I would probably say there's like 3 or 4 different things. I've got the new Supreme Twill Mustard Anorak, could be one of them. Yeah, the shirt because it's really comfortable. The Black Expedition because just goes with everything, it's just black, just goes with anything. And the Field Pullover, just because the design and the material of it is really well made. So probably out of them 3, I know it's not a really good answer, but it's hard to choose with all the different items. My next question I want to answer is rarest piece of clothing you own. To me, I don't know if it's rare, but you hardly see any of them for sale, and one of them would be the Twill Mustard Anorak, as I've shown already. Don't see many of them around, and they're pretty expensive. I think they go up to like £400 at the moment, but don't quote me on that. It's just what I've seen. There's also 2 other items that I think are quite rare. I don't see them around often. The Expedition Maps jacket, you don't really see them around often for sale. I don't know if it's quite rare, but they're really expensive now. And it's the North Face Antarctica Expedition from 1990. So that's before I was even born. So I think this is like the only one I've seen for sale, and I was lucky to get it. So that's probably one of the rarest I own. My next question would be, if you could have one item of clothing, what would it be? I think a lot of people know this, but it's the Night Summer from Supreme. It's probably one of the most expensive jackets around for sale right now. It goes for like £1,000+. It's ridiculous. But yeah, if I could, I would definitely want the Night Summer in a size small, preferably, because I'm really small, let's be honest. But yeah, item of clothing I'd really want is the Night Summer from Supreme. Next question I want to answer is favourite shoes. My favourite shoes would probably be the Turtle Doves. I don't know why, it's just one of my favourites, and it goes with like everything that I wear. So yeah, that's probably one of my favourite shoes, the Turtle Dove Yeezy 350. Next question I want to answer is what do you love, hate about the groups and community around streetwear? There's not much hate around it for me. It's just probably the hate would be so many fakes around. Like, you don't see them in the groups that much, but there's so many fakes, and that just wows me up, and just silly arguments in groups that just, I don't know, it's just my opinion. Like, but what I love about the groups, it brings so many people together, like everybody that loves the same clothes, and they can all just talk about the items, and I don't know, it's just, I really think that's a really good thing. Like, I've met so many people in groups due to like liking the same clothes, and it's hard to explain. It's a really, really good feeling when you can actually respond and talk to people about items that you love, and they can get in with it as well, if you know what I mean. The next question I want to answer is I thought this was a really good question, and I had to look into it, to be honest. I'm not a big expert on everything in Supreme. I know I have the channel and I do how to avoid fakes, etc. But I did put a bit of research into this, so if I'm wrong in parts I apologise, but I'm trying my best to answer the question for you. And the question is, what are your thoughts on Supreme in regards of cultural appropriation, particularly the By Any Means Necessary series with the North Face and the Japan Relief Bogo, one with the Rising Sun flag, if you've all seen it. I'll start off with the By Any Means Necessary series jacket. What Supreme did basically is, By Any Means Necessary is a quote by Malcolm X, and they didn't put like it was by him, any like information saying it was from him or the quote was written by him. They just didn't. And to me, they could have put a bit of recognition in there. All they had to do is say the writing was by Malcolm X, but they didn't. And to me, yeah, it's not fair, but a lot of brands will do that anyway. Like loads and loads of brands will do that. And the Relief burger by Supreme. To be honest, the t-shirt is a good thing for the benefits because 100% of all the all the money in that, it went to the Red Cross Society in Japan, which I thought was really good. But in a way, yeah, I feel like they could have used a different logo in the background because I know a lot of people think it's really insensitive. It's just not appropriate, is what I can imagine. But yeah, in all terms of the profit going to the Japan Red Society, that's a really good thing. But I do feel they could have used a different flag. But with them using that logo though, that people could research it and then have more of understanding what happened with the events of the flag and what it means, what it interprets basically. And if you're buying a t-shirt, usually you would like look into it. And I think that's one benefit from using that. If that doesn't answer them for you, I'm sorry, but I tried my best and I put a bit of research in, so I hope that was alright. The next question I want to answer is what was the brand of your first streetwear piece? If I can remember rightly, I think it was Supreme, to be honest. It was the Maps jacket I think I got first. If I can remember correctly anyway, but yeah, it's the Maps jacket. The next question I want to answer is where do you get the money to buy expensive streetwear? All I do is just save up, just work all the time, and then when I've got the money I just buy things. I really shouldn't, but yeah, I just save and just buy. That's my answer to that. The next question I want to answer is what's your opinion on the hype around Supreme and the people who think they can resell every and any piece of Supreme for a large profit? To me, Supreme has always been reselling for ages and ages. It's always been reselling, so it's just one of those things. If people want to try do that for a large profit, like with the big items with North Face and like the big collabs, like obviously they're going to resell because that's just how it goes, to be honest. I think that just happens with anything. Like Turtle does with Kanye, they resell for a high profit just because of who they're with. Same with Supreme, they've built the reputation up, and it's not fair in a way that people can't get things, but if you really want it you're going to pay that, and it's just a part of the industry to me now. When people try to sell like Hanes t-shirts and the boxes for like higher prices, I just feel like it's ridiculous. It's just, with the collabs I understand the resell, but yeah, that's my answer to that one. I hope that helps. The next question I want to answer is, how did you get into streetwear? I got into streetwear about 3-4 years ago now. What I did, I started in as stockroom staff at JD. One of the guys that I worked with was called James, and basically he was already into Supreme and everything like that, and he came in with the Cod Supreme in Burgundy once, and I really liked it and I really wanted to know where it was from, and basically he just ran me through the whole Supreme procedures, and then I got into Facebook groups and it just built up from there. Yeah, it was a guy that I used to work with called James that got me into Supreme and streetwear, etc. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, it really helps, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with more videos and I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.